Hello guys, welcome back to the farm. So, you join me just about to get in the car. I've just got to do a couple of things. So we're heading to that farm down the road, that's unfortunately sold. Contractor's harvester. I've just been checking over it really. I need to get myself a pressure washer. Preferably one I can move so it's not too heavy. And I was going to move this somewhere, but it looks like I'm probably, I'm going to move it into a shed. Unfortunately that's going to be in the way, so it will be moved when we need to go into this shed. But obviously with harvest being before we do baling, I need this out of the way so we can put the grain down and then we can park it in front. Also got the Massey here, just been parked up on the header trailer. Reason being is I want my header trailer to be in the shed and not just behind the double bay lifter. We're getting the 7810. So it's looking like I'm possibly going to be replacing this for a slightly powerful tractor. Unfortunately, we haven't had it for long, so it will be a shame to see her go. We will be keeping her for a couple of months though. And yeah, I'm just sort of hoping that the person who has bought the farm down the road doesn't start coming up here. I mean, if he did, he'd have to offer me some money for me to sell this place. I would just move to another farm, but you know, we've got to find the farm first, and it's not really that simple. Hopefully he won't though, and he'd have to offer me some money to be able to move. I think I lowered it a bit too far then. 8340's parked there. I was going to take that, but she's a bit slow, so. Also, this tractor's horrible at changing gear, so that would be another reason. We're just going to sort of park it up front, doesn't have to, not going to get used, so park it there. And now we can reverse the header trailer in and avoid the bale spike so we don't stab ourselves. It's probably not the best putting it on this side because obviously you get the wind coming in from that side, but we should be fine. The weather's pretty decent recently. We'll probably just leave it here. Is that everything that I need to do before I go? Harvester's been moved. As you can see, I've cut the grass. Well, I've cleared away the grass as well. Had to use the push mower for like around the trees. So that's what it's looking like now, looking a lot more tidier. Push mower's just left there. Lawnmower's been left here. I'm going to move it, I don't know where. Just out of the way because people could see it there. It's quite easy to access. Although I'll probably hear them. Because it's quite a loud mower. Possibly do with getting a shed or something, maybe for this. Trailer's been parked there. Yeah, not too much going on really. Let's park it here. So it's nice I've been getting a couple of jobs there with that. Because obviously the weather's good now and we've had a bit of rain, so now it's dried up a bit. Everyone's wanting their grass mowed. So that's everything there we need to do, I believe. So yeah, it's a relatively big farm. I don't know how much land they owned. A lot of the fields were surrounding the farm, so it was slightly bigger than ours. I'd probably say. Obviously, like I said, I don't know how much land they owned. All I knew, well, was a farmer Most of the fields that they owned were around the farm. They had lots of sheds. As far as I know, there's no kit there or anything, it's just completely cleared out. I think the person who's bought it needs to get some, needs to get the planning permission. So, yeah, we'll see how that goes in the future. Like I said, if he does end up wanting to buy my farm to do the same thing, he's not getting it easy. You know, he will have to pay quite a bit. So, you'll also be able to see the contractor's yard. It's quite weird, the contractor's yard, because you have to go sort of through their farm, if that makes sense. You'll see what I mean in a minute. So this is their farm here. So you got rakes and mowers there, and basically this is their farms are. They don't tend to use this bit because everyone goes through here, weirdly. Don't know what that was. But yeah, so that's the contractor's yard. You do really just go through it. It's weird. A lot of people go past the dealership and then sort of loop round onto my road to get round. So yeah, here it is. Like I said, been given permission. So where do we? I'm not going to park it here. I'm just going to park it here in the shed, I guess. Like I said, there's nothing in here. So they owned this little yard there. So this is, I'll just give you a little tour really. I know where I'm going, but I'll just give you a little tour. So there's lots of sheds. That digger, well, it's been sat there for ages, so I don't even know if he's doing that up to destroy the stuff. You got the hammer there. Because someone tried to steal this, so they used that hammer and got caught. So that hammer's just been left there, I guess. This is the house. This was their sort of silage pit. Like you see, these sheds are quite sort of small. They're not really big sheds. They got a lot of doors and that. You got the shed, obviously, where I've parked my car. You've got this shed. And then you've got another shed around here, and then the bit we came here for was the cattle shed. So they've got obviously the slurry bit there. Now, am I going to try and climb through this? There you go. So obviously they've got decent sized shed, you know, you've got your cubicles and that. You got your door there and your door there. So it's not really a big paddock, but obviously it would be enough for my cows. But I mean, as you can see, you'd need at least a level place for the shed. And I don't know if you can get this shed as easy as you can get mine. Because I would replace mine for this, to be honest with you. Because, you know, it comes with a paddock as well as a shed. But I don't know how easy it is to get this, because I don't know, I think they built it themselves. I mean, as you can see, the posts aren't exactly your normal fence posts, and the wood's slightly different to your normal wood, so I think they've got it, sort of built it themselves. Just sort of looking at it there. They've had it for a while, as you can see. They've had it the whole time I've lived here, and it looked somewhat brand new then, so I've been here for a couple of years. About 10 years, I think, so. Or at least in the area. Yeah. It's a shame I couldn't sort of keep this shed intact and then sort of get a crane to plop it on my land, but because I would. Obviously you can see the gate's quite rusty. They do get bad winds up here. I love how one side's somewhat better than the other, but when you get the winds, it does tend to go this way. Hence, as you see there with the rain and that. I believe he will be harvesting this before he does anything, because obviously he's still got to get plantation. And obviously you've got your lovely view of the valley. It'd be too big of a farm for me. I mean, the farm I have is somewhat too big for me. I believe their parents used to live in this, and then they moved. So they sort of had this as a sort of cottage that you could stay in. I don't really want to be poking through, but there's a sort of garage. You can see upstairs there. There's the bedroom. Not a bad house, to be fair. So I've taken a picture of it. So just as a sort of memory, I guess, to sort of have somewhat of an image / memory, because my brain will be absolutely useless, of what the shed looked like. And I believe they own that field, these two fields actually, because obviously this field has a small shed in it. I was actually going to buy this, but I didn't end up. And obviously you've got your rubble and that. This tractor's been here for, well, longer than me, and it hasn't really changed much. So it's probably been sat there for a while. Obviously this cultivator there, cement mixer, stuff like that. Just sat there, there's a fuel bowser there. Is it? Yeah, there's a fuel bowser. And you've got a couple of piles of stuff, of like dirt and that. But yeah, they must have offered them quite a bit of money for them to just sell this place off. Because it's quite a big place to, well, quite a big farm. They had a lot of land as well, so it's a shame. So yeah, so that was the sort of trip to the farm, and hopefully we'll maybe get a shed like that in the future. Not too sure though, but yeah, we'll see. Well, if we might be moving farm or getting another field that has the space for that shed. But yeah, that's it for this one. Bye for now.